this is just a little video about the Cort G300 Pro. I did a video on this probably a year ago or so now. I've owned this for 18 months now and almost become my go-to guitar really. So I just wanted to highlight some of the pros and cons. Obviously Seymour Duncan's, I think that's a Jazz and this is a JB. Great pickups, tried and tested, no issues there whatsoever. The neck is one of the nicest necks I've ever come across, ever played, and that was the first thing I noticed, and to me that's always the most important thing. You know, even before aesthetics or anything else, how a guitar looks is how it feels. You know, I could have, and I have had, a Roxy Pink Silver Sky, which I'm not a huge fan of pink, but the neck on that guitar blew me away so much, so I just, you know, I bought it. So, yeah, the same thing here. This literally just, I bought this used as well. The neck is incredible. Stainless steel frets, roasted maple, locking tuners, truss rod adjuster there at the heel, which is ideal, you know. And the floating trem is also fantastic. It stays in tune better than any of my other guitars and plays as well as any of them, feels as nice as any of them. The weight as well is great, well worth the money, especially if you're buying it used, that's what I would say. I never buy new guitars. You just don't get your money back, especially in this climate today. Who can afford to go out and spend thousands on guitars? So I almost have like a personal cap these days. This cost me £350 used, made in the same factory as all the PRS SE guitars and countless others, Squire, Classic Vibes, maybe some of the new Fender Indonesian made guitars I think are made in the same factory. And £350, I mean, if you take the pickups out and sell them, you're probably going to get around £120 used for the pickups, at least, if not more than that. So, some negatives, I've gone on for a little bit already. Negatives maybe, okay, so it can be top heavy, so neck dive, you can see here. You know, there if I lift my knee up a bit. It's only really something you would notice sitting down, and you don't even notice then really. So that's the negative. There were a couple of high frets. Right up here, I think the 23rd and the 22nd were a touch high, so there was a bit of buzz, you know, which I levelled myself. You know, just levelled them a little bit and recrown them, and that was fine. You know, I can do a bit of work like that myself. The only other issue, which is quite common I guess on guitars made in the Far East, are the electrical components, which are always a bit cheaper. These are mini alpha pots, so the switch broke probably after about 15, 16 months, and obviously this is a used guitar as well, so I'm not sure, you know, what sort of use it had before, but it's lasted over a year. But leading up to that, it was a bit scratchy. I could get away with using contact cleaner for a while, but it was obvious I was going to have to change it at some point, and then it completely packed in probably about 3 months ago now. And I just replaced that with a 3-way. It did have a 5-way in it, and there was a lot of sort of complicated wiring, including positions 2 and 4, which I never really used anyway on a dual humbucker guitar. You know, I've got a Strat and a Silver Sky, which I would use for those sort of tones anyway, so I'm not bothered about that. So I just put a Grigsby 3-way in it, which is great. 99% positive, 1% negative. I won't be getting rid of this guitar. I would really encourage people to try these, especially used. You know, you're going to find them used. I've seen them go for under £300 in the UK on eBay, like £275, £280 if you're lucky. Which is incredible given what you're getting here. It's better than all of the PRS SE stuff I've played, and I've owned an SE DGT that was fantastic. the neck on this just feels so good. That's what makes it feel so premium, in my opinion, you know. Anyway, I hope you found the video useful and enjoyed the little mix I put together at the start of a song, trying to demo a few of the different sounds from this guitar. And yeah, I encourage you to check one out. Cheers.